I think they were like 700, 800.
Wow.
I was with 30 persons, and there were many guys with 30 persons. Like many buses and small cars. In the morning it's much better to enjoy these places.
Yeah.
And always. So good decision to do this in the morning. Okay,
We're usually up anyway, so it doesn't matter.
So this is Kenko. When I was a kid, I used to come here for running, playing with my friends.
Okay.
These rocks inside there like tunnels, caves.
Oh, yeah?
So we used to say, let's go to play to the labyrinth, to get your language. Let's go to play to Kenko. Kenko means labyrinth. There is a name put by us, by local people, but it's not the original name of this place. The ancient hypothesis about this area where we are now was an Inca amphitheater, where the Inca did travel festivals, and where important people to sit in those chairs to see here the festival, to watch the festival.
Right.
But now we think it's a wrong information because the idea of an amphitheater came from Spain. It's not an Inca idea.
Right.
And those were like a big trapezoidal niches. We saw the water fountain, water temple, like a big windows to place more mummies. And this was a place where the Inca used to mummify important people, priests, astronomers, in the royal class and kings probably at times, right?
Okay.
Where and a cave into the rock in front of us. And also we have this rock like a statue. So, and for hundreds of years we didn't understand why that rock like statue is surrounded by this square wall around, right? We said prayer was an Inca altar where they made rituals, remember, maybe sacrifices, something like that. And on the top of the mountain, on the rock, there is an Inca sundial, has the shape of an Inca puma head, right? And also we find on the top circular carvings in the rock around this size and deep, like 20 centimeters, where the Incas placed water to see at the night the stars and constellations in June, July, and August, where there are no clouds, dry season, right? So we were here in the year 1994. So after hundreds of years, that was destroyed, displayed by the Spaniards, not understanding why the rock was there. On June 21st, we were waiting the sunrise and shining the sundial on the top up there, but seeing the shadow of the rock in the wall behind the rock, but the shadow had a puma shape.
Yeah.
And we were looking for documents, chronics about the rock. Francisco Pizarro was Spanish leader, and he had a secretary called Pedro Cieza de Leon. He was a man who was writing, describing the Inca buildings, and we were looking for those documents, the description about this place. We found those descriptions, and he said the rock was carved with a puma shape, but later was broken by the church in order to impose a new religious, destroy the Inca religious. This was a religious place in Inca times, broken, destroying temples everywhere, and making Catholic built temples over the Inca temples, like in Cusco City, for example, and many other places. So the Incas probably did here the previous ceremony. We don't know which ceremony or how was, but some ceremony before to mummify. That was a religious action, and they need a previous ceremony for the religious action at Inca times. We're going now to the cave for the mummification. So there are many theories why the Incas used the cave in front of us for the mummifications. Many tour guides, many people say it's probably cold, inside is cold. It's a good temperature for mummifications probably. But there are many cold places in the Andes, and why exactly this a cave? Exactly. So, and we were taking the Inca philosophy to understand a cave, what meaning of a cave. And says the Inca philosophy, if you make a hole, you put a seed, and the mother is going to make the plant. The plant dies, so put again the plant, and it's going to reborn by the Mother Earth, Pachamama. So the humans, the animals, the plants, we are part of a creation in this planet. And also we are able to reborn the plants, says the Inca philosophy. And a cave like this was the entrance to the Mother Earth, Pachamama, who prepared the bodies for the next life. And then later we understood why the Incas used a cave for their mummifications. Also there were many caves for tombs. You'll go to Machu Picchu, you see many caves were Inca tombs, or where they also did mummifications in Inca times. That's a natural cave that was carved inside by the Incas, making two tables of rock. Let me show you this. This one first was here. Probably they did a llama sacrifice. And the other one we saw a ceremony, we don't know how. But this type of platform, they normally also Incas use for sacrifices, lambs and offering to for a good mummification. And also here the Incas did cranium trepanations, cranium operations, exactly the other part, and also the mummifications. So, and like today, also they had problems. So they probably found bodies of many people dead after hours, body cold and very strong, impossible to move. They had to put in the fetal position. So we found in many Inca tombs, molle, that's a native plant, which is very good for arthritis, and also they use like for ramping, so for to be able to move bodies and put in a fetal position.
Okay.
And then in that table, and then opening part of the stomach, taking out all the organs, I used to fill up inside with llama and alpaca wool, mixing with muña. Muña is an Andean herb that is very good for anti-sickness and to preserve organic products for a long time. And then in this niche, exactly here, this place and textile, like cape, the body in a fetal position, his personal belongings, and then involved with the cape with a rope around, like an egg. At Inca times, and then they used to send their body like that to the niches or also to Cusco, to palaces, or palaces or houses, because here is mummified on the royal cliff from Cusco at Inca times. The Incas did the cranial operations when they were fighting most soldiers, type of armors, so were like a woods with a stone on the top, and they used to fight it, attacking on the heads. So some people need some cranial operation, or maybe when they had some problem with the head, they use coca for anesthesia, exactly. But nowadays, we understand, to make a cranial operation, right, we can cut, we made a hole, and we need like a light to see, to make the operation. But this is dark for that type of cranial operation. How the Incas did the light to see, to watch, and to make the operation? They did. Come closer, please. We think when they put the body here, of course, not they didn't put the body on the rock. They were here, maybe cape, something like that, or blankets. Maybe we think here was the head and the body there, right? And we see now the sun at noon, at 12, now we're watching. Sun shines this wall. And at Inca time, in this wall there was a silver plate, like a silver mirror, creating the direct lights, and for the cranial operation, and also for the mummification Inca time, also shining all the cave. Because within this cave has a door to come in, and now it was darker at Inca time, probably. Or this dark, but this dark is not good light for cranial operation.
What kind of gloves are those?
Are you filming me?
No. What kind of gloves are they? For the camera.
Baby alpaca.
Very good. And did they kill the baby alpaca just to make that one pair of gloves?
No.
Okay, I'm just asking. I like those. Those are cool.
So do I.
Aren't we supposed to be viewing Inca sites instead of shopping?
Why are you asking me this? We stopped here.
I'm just curious. I'm just asking.
Oh, cool.
And they have different